Okay, YouTube. Finally got my camera. Hold on a second. Finally got my camera set up on a tripod. Just made a see some of this really thin sheet. I don't know what it is. Might be 22 gauge. I'm not sure. It's just some scrap I found in the yard from before I moved in here. But I just used some of it because it was real flexible. Just cut a really thin strip off of it. Found a nut to work with my tripod bolt. I just wrapped it around my camera, my phone. I've got a ballistic case for my Galaxy S2, and that's what I have on there, so I'm not worried about scratching on my phone. That thing is awesome. If you guys don't know anything about ballistic cases, check them out. Do a Google search for them. Those things are awesome. I've dropped this thing so many times from very high up in the air. Not even nothing. It just bounces. And, you know, it's a rubber case with a hard like plastic cover that holds the rubber case on. It's big. It's a little bit bulky, but it works fantastic. If you're one of those people that have those shitty ass iPhones that the screens constantly are getting busted on, go get yourself a ballistic case. Those things will save your phone. So, anyways, I've got some pieces cut out here. We're working on this tube bender again. In the previous video, I had these sitting on here. I told you I was going to cut them off. Here they are. Okay, so both of these are just waiting for me to box them in and turn them into a mount for the ram. I know this is a bad angle, but this piece is basically this, but on the other side. It's going to mount right here. Looks like I'm going to have to do, oh, maybe not. I was thinking I was going to have to do a little bit of grinding here. Actually, I am. I've got some, because I plasma cut those tabs off, so I'm going to have to clean up the dross. But this is actually, on this side, I use a regular corner joint where it looks like a V here, and you're just welding into the V section. On this other side, I had to cut the plate a little bit different because I need it to go between the top and bottom plate, because I'm eventually going to bring it across on the inside and weld it to this outside plate here. I want it completely boxed in. This looks like it's actually going to work. It does slide in on one side, the other side not so much. But it looks like it's going to work here. Cuts aren't as good as they should be. They're not as precise as they should be, but the weld will fill that in and it'll be perfectly fine. That's going to be my last, outside of the mount, that's going to be my last piece of 3/16 plate that I'm going to use. I've got some 16 gauge pieces that I'm going to use to just fully box in the rest of it where I want it boxed in anyways. So right now I'm going to get ready to start tacking this piece on. I'm going to let you guys watch for a little bit. My computer's not strong enough to do any video editing. I've been using YouTube, so I won't be able to speed this up, I don't think. I'm going to try to, but I doubt it. So this video might be kind of long. Can't be any longer than my 28-minute video that I just did. With that unboxing, that was ridiculous. Sorry about my mess. I'm going to have to go get me some gas. I'm almost out of gas. I've got another project bringing steel on here in the morning, so I need to wrap this up. Got my trusty Harbor Freight welding helmet. Works good. I just replaced the front lens on here. I couldn't see a damn thing out of it, so I just replaced that. Works pretty good. Every once in a while I'll get flashed, but that's every once in a while. It's not that big of a deal. Oh wait, I forgot I was going to grind that off. As you can see, I'm having to recycle, not recycle, but I'm having to use my extension cords for every piece of equipment I have. I need to deal with some electrical inside of here. Use your safety glasses. I know I'm not. This is where it would be nice if I didn't have this thing mounted on here, but I do, and that's the way it goes. This is why you measure twice, cut once. That don't fit. Basically, this is sitting here at an angle like this, in between the top and bottom plate. It's just filling that gap. It's nothing structural per se. Again, it's just filling the gap to clean it up, make it look nice. And because I'm tacking, even though it's such a small piece of material, I'm just going to tack it in place, so I'm not even going to change my adjustments on the welder. That was the other piece of plate, or piece of sheet that I didn't cut correctly. So I gotta cut both of those again because I'm an idiot. But in the meantime, I'm gonna stop this video so you guys can see what I got going on first, and then I'll set you back up once I see I got this tacked in here, how that just goes underneath there. I'll set you guys back up on the tripod and edit in the next video once I get those pieces cut properly. I'm going to cut this piece here. I'm going to cut this angle here. I'm going to cut this plate that goes from here to here, and just a small, you know what, I'm not even going to cut this one because I think I might bring this plate out to here and kind of radius it to go around the tubing, the ram tubing. So I think I'm just going to cut this plate here, that plate there, and cut those angles right here. And then probably cut the pieces that I need to finish boxing this in, and then I'll edit that in. So talk to you guys in just a second. Okay, YouTube, a little bit of progress. I've got some pieces cut out. I don't have that plate that I was going to do from here to here cut out yet. Either I'm going to just have to not use that plate, or I'm going to have to use some 3/16 plate, or I'm going to have to finally cut into this full sheet of 16 gauge, and I'm not sure I want to do that. So I'm going to wait on that just for a minute and get this plate in, as well as this mount that goes right here. You can see right here, this is what I'm doing. I've got my little square in here just for a little bit of a gap. I've got this clamped down to the mount, again for that gap, so it's a clearance thing, but I want this pretty tight, but I don't want it too tight. So I've got this piece here. It's not a perfect, precise fit. You can see on one end it's a little bit shallower than the other. I didn't really spend too much time measuring that. So, but the bottom fits tight, and I'll just fill weld the rest of it. It'll be fine. So that's going to go there. And then on this other end here, or one of these ends, I'm not sure, this plate will go. Right now the square is in the way. It's just going to box it all the way in like that. Okay. And then I have this little piece that will fill in the gap right in there. So let's say that this side is the side that's going to be mounted to here on the arm. The bolt's actually not going to go through here. It's positioned here just so I can clamp it down. This piece right here would be a filler box in like that. Okay. Longer piece would be on this side all the way across, and this would be a cap on this end. So if you don't really understand what I'm saying, you will when it's done, but that's what I'm doing right now, and I'm going to tack this end cap on here. So I'm going to set you guys on the tripod. If you want to see what I did up here, it's pretty crude and whatever, rusted, but it works. So I just push it into the top and then slide it in. So let's get this adjusted here. You can see what I'm doing. Now I'm probably going to be in the way, and that's just too bad because I need to do the work. So I'm running out of space here quick, so forgive the clutter. Clamp this there. And I'm just tacking this. I don't want to get this too hot because that's right down on the ram. I don't want to be welding on that. So I'm going to center the crooked side in as centered as possible, and then tack it in. guys can see that. Let me try to make sure. Yeah, you can see that. So the popping was because I'm trying to tack over this gap a little bit, but it's done. So now I can pull this off and I don't need it attached to this ram anymore. I can actually do it on my table or wherever. So right now what I'm probably going to just do is just do this right here so you guys can see what's going on. Okay, here's the end cap. Boy, that's kind of crooked. I guess it really doesn't matter too much. Let me look at that. Yeah, it does. That doesn't bother me. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do to try to straighten this out, because it's just a cap. I'm going to hit it with the hammer and try to straighten it out. Okay, it's not perfect, but it's a lot better than it was. I don't know if you can see that very well. It's a little bit crooked. But like I said, it's a lot better than it was. I could probably spend a little bit more time on this and get it perfect, but I don't really need to be perfectly honest with you. I'm just trying to hurry up and get this damn thing done already. So now what I need to do with this is I need to find my center here. Now because there's a little bit of a gap with this ram, I need to make sure that I'm calculating. I need to find the center on the point, and then I need to make sure that that gap is compensated on the bottom part where the ram sits. I don't want to mount this center. I want to move it up just a teeny tiny bit. If that makes sense to you, because of the weight of the ram is going to, and there's a little bit of a gap in here, the weight of the ram is going to sit down. You know, we're only talking about 1/16 of an inch, so it's, as long as I get it right, you know, pretty damn close, it should be fine. So, this is about 2 1/4 inches. So half of that would be 2 3/8, or excuse me, almost 3. 2 7/8. got that squared up. Use my magnet here. Make sure that this is square on the arm. I'm actually going to use 2 of those because they're not really holding on too well. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and tack that on. Got a little bit of a problem. It wasn't square. I'm going to have to knock that off in there. So I'm going to stop the video. I'm going to get that squared up and tack back on. It's going to take too much time for me to show you guys the whole process. We're at 20 minutes already. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. This will be part 1 to this. I'm going to end up putting it in a... Well, actually, this is technically part 4. So I'm going to add it to the playlist for this build. Subscribe, comment, like, go down in the description, check out the Facebook page, and check right back because I'm going to be uploading these videos at the same time. So I'm going to wrap this up tonight. All of these videos are going to be finished up. So if you see this one, everything's there. All right, talk to you guys later.